Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to see font, tag, character formatting tags and lists in HTML. First we'll see the font tag. The font tag has different size color to the text. Rather than using heading tags, we can use a font tag. Now the font tag has attributes size, font face and font color. Okay, the size can be given in numbers. Okay, you can assign default font size which is given over here in this pattern. You can directly assign the font size is equal to the value, or you can increase the font size by 1 pixel, either by default, whatever is the default font size, you can increase it by 1 pixel, or you can similarly decrease it by 1 pixel. Okay, so font size can be defined in this pattern. This is the font attribute and this is its value. Okay, so you can define the font size in decreasing or increasing pattern, or you can set the default font size. Next comes the font face. It helps us to define the font family name, like I have given here in Times New Roman. Okay, it helps us to define the font name. It is similar to Word document that we have different font families over here, like Calibri, Algerian, Times New Roman. So you can define any font family which you want. Then comes the font color. Color can be given in either hexadecimal value, or you can define directly the color name. Okay, we have gone through the colors in body tag also. So these only help us to define the color names. Now I have shown you an example over here. So in this example I have assigned a background color and I have defined the font family with font size 5, font face as Verdana, and font color with purple color. I have given the hexadecimal value for purple color. So in this pattern you can define the font color family in HTML, okay, using font tag. So this is a simple example where we can change the font size, face and color value of any text using font tag. So the next we are going to see is the marquee tag. The marquee tag in HTML is supported only by Microsoft Internet Explorer 2 and later versions. It is also supported by Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox and other web browsers. Okay, so it is used to create a scrolling marquee text. Align, BG color and direction are the attributes of this tag. I'll show you one example of this. Okay, so in this example you can see that I have assigned the marquee tag to this text, late P.B. Zog Junior College. Okay, so in this you can see the text is scrolling throughout the time. Okay, so how it is possible, I'll show you the code over here. It keeps on scrolling. The default direction for this is from right to left. Okay, if I don't give direction, it will scroll from right to left as it is doing right now. Okay, so let us see. I have assigned BG color and font attribute I have used over here so that it can change the font color. So how I have seen, see, I have used two tags over here. I have used the font attribute using font color. Okay, so it is not the part of a marquee tag, but to look better in the output example, I have shown this font tag with the color red. Okay, now important thing over here is the marquee tag. In marquee tag, I have used align attribute. Align value will help me to assign the text either to top, bottom of the web page or in the middle of the web page. So I have assigned it to the top. Then comes the BG color. BG color is yellow. So the background color for the text will be yellow. And I have not used one more tag. I have not given direction over here. Okay, now you can see that I have changed the direction. I have set to change the direction to left to right. It is moving to right direction. Okay, so either you can change it to left direction or right direction as per the requirement. Default is right to left, so it will scroll from right to left. But if I specifically mention the direction right, it will scroll from left to right, the opposite direction. So you can assign any direction to your Marquee tag. Okay, so this is the example of Marquee tag. The next one we are going to see is the character formatting tags in HTML. Now in HTML there are two types of tags. One is logical and other is physical. Okay, the physical tags that we have seen in HTML, I have explained them in earlier lectures. The physical style tags that we have seen in HTML are B for bold, I for italics, and U to underline the text. Okay, so these are the tags that we have finished in earlier lecture, which are also called as the physical style tags. Now, similar to the physical style tags, there are logical style tags performing the similar functions to physical style tags. I'll show you how. Okay, now this is the EM tag. Now the EM tag is used to display the text in italics. Okay, the text will be displayed in italics similarly to the I tag. The code tag is used to define or to do character formatting of the code that you have used in HTML. Okay, so it will display it in the fixed width font. Suppose you are using any code in computer which is included in HTML page, and if you want to do any character formatting for that, you can use the code tag for it. Okay, it will help me to define the code with a fixed width font so that we can use it, but we normally don't use this tag. Okay, next comes the strong tag. Strong tag is used to show emphasis. It is displayed in bold. So whatever is the text, you can see the text in bold. It is similar to B tag. Then comes the VAR tag, which is used for variables, where you will replace the variable with a specific information. Okay, so in variable tag, if we are using any kind of variables assigning some information, so we can change the font by using the VAR tag. It is displayed in italics. Okay, so the VAR tag helps us to define the character formatting of variables that we are using in HTML. Okay, they are giving specific information about that. So these are the character formatting tags, which are either divided in physical style tags or logical style tags. Okay, then comes the SUB and SUP tag. The SUB tag is for subscript, whereas SUP tag is for superscript. Okay, so if you want to define any text below the baseline, okay, any chemical formula equations you want to define So we can define it with sub tag. Similarly, any mathematical formatting styles you want to give, such as 2 raised to 2 is equal to 4, or volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So cube will be defined in sup tag. So we can use this to define the text below and above the baseline. I'll show you the example over here. Okay, in this example you can see the H2SO4. So this 2 and 4 are below the text line. Okay, so they are defined in SUB tag, whereas in second example, volume of sphere, we have seen this 3 pi r cube, this cube defined in above the baseline. Okay, so if we are defining anything above the baseline, we use SUP tag. So this is how you can use subscript and superscript in HTML. Okay, then comes the lists in HTML. Now the lists in HTML are of 3 types. They are very important. Lists are ordered list, unordered list, and definition list. The ordered lists in HTML has OL tag. If you are using ordered list is 1, 2, 3, 4. You assign numericals or you assign alphabets to them. Unordered list you can either define by specific circles, like over here bullets, empty disks, or square. Similarly, how we have it in Word, similarly we have it in HTML using unordered lists. Okay, like, and this is for ordered list, like how we have numbers, alphabets, and Roman numbers. Similarly we have it in HTML. Okay, so unordered list is defined by UL tag. Then the list items in the lists of ordered and unordered are defined by list item tags. Then definition lists and definition term, I'll explain them in later. I'll show you an example. I'll first show you the example of unordered lists. The unordered list items are marked with bullets or small black circles. They are to make the unnumbered bulleted list. They start with an opening UL tag, and list items are with LI tag. Okay, the entire list has a closing UL tag. So you can't forget to give the closing UL tag. You can insert a paragraph, a line break, or images also in your list items. Okay, so I'll show you an example over here of unordered list. So this is an example of unordered list. You can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are marked with black circles to the left. So this is a type of unordered list. Okay, type is the attribute of unordered list. So you can see the code over here below. UL tag is used. Then I have used the type attribute. Value assigned is circle. Then LI items, I have given the listed items below, and UL tag is closed. Okay, so this is how we can create unordered list in HTML. Then comes the ordered list. Okay, remember one thing, in unordered list you can have disks which can be empty circles, circle with filled black color dark circles, and square as the type of bulleted lists for bulleted shapes for unordered lists. Okay, so similarly for ordered list we use numbers. I'll show you over here. In this example we have changed only one thing. We have used OL tag, and it is type starts from small lowercase I. Okay, so it is a Roman I which is in a small case, and it will define the numbered list over here. Okay, And there is one more attribute, start. I'll show you the example. Start will help me to define the lists in from the number I want to begin with. Now in this example you can see that number for Monday starts from 1, then for Tuesday it is 2, Wednesday 3 and Thursday 4. Suppose I don't want it like this. I want to begin Monday from 5. So how I'll show it over here. I'm going to use one more attribute, which is start attribute. I'll make a change. Okay, can you see OL type equal to I? Now over here I am going to give one more attribute, start equal to 5. Now this is the change that I have made. I am going to save this change and refresh this page. Okay, can you see the change that Monday the value is assigned 5, Tuesday it is 6, Wednesday 7 and Thursday will become 8. So this is the example of OL tag. Type and start are the attributes of OL tag, where we can change the start value from anywhere we want. Okay, so this is how you can change for ordered lists. Next comes definition list. Now the definition list is not a list of items. This is a list of terms and explanation of terms. Okay, it is not basically a type of list. It helps us to define the explanation terms. The definition list starts with DL tag, and definition list items usually consist of alternating definition terms which are given with DT tag, and definition description is given by DD tag. Okay, web browsers generally format the definition onto a new line and indent it. So you can see that there is a indentation or some space given in the code. Now this is a definition list. Okay, in this definition list you can see that I have used a DT for definition. DL is the beginning of the definition list. It doesn't have any attributes over here. DT is the definition term for VB. DD is the definition description for programming language. The new DT term is given, VB script. Again there is some indentation or space left for DD or definition description. You can compare it with the output over here. And then the last tag that is closed is DL. So in this pattern you can create a list in HTML. So these are the definition lists in HTML. Then we are going to see the nested list. Now basically nested lists can have a combination of ordered or unordered list. It can be combination of two ordered list. It can be combination of two unordered list anyhow. Or there can be paragraphs or any links or images as the list item. So it is a mixture of the ordered, unordered lists or both. Okay. Now this is the example of nested list. In this nested list I have used 3 lists, which is one over here having the circle filled bullets or circles over here, dark circles. Second list is having numbers and third list is having squares. Okay, now how I have created it over here, I'll show you. I'll see the code of this tag. Okay, in this tag you can see the LI scripted programming and structured programming are defined in UL tag. Then suddenly I have started a new list in between. I have not closed the list of structured programming or scripted of the main list. Okay, over here I have created another list, OL list, ordered list. Now I have not used the type or type attribute, so default it will show me 1 2 3 values. Okay, so if you see the values, I have not used the type attribute. So for basic and Pascal, default value is 1 and 2. Similarly, for scripted programming and structure, I have not used the type attribute. So filled circles are the default values over here. So after defining the ordered list, basic and Pascal, I have closed the OL tag, but my list is not completed. I have not completed the first list, structured programming and scripted programming list. I am adding one more item, object oriented programming, another list item over here, and then I am using the UL tag type is equal to square. Okay, so this will begin entirely new list over here, which is the unordered list, and it will include the list item CPP and Java, and it will have a square value over here. Then I am going to close this unordered list immediately. Which one? The CPP and Java one. And at last, in the end, I am closing the first UL tag that I had used over here. Okay, so the first list item that I had used, UL tag, scripted programming and structured programming, I am closing it over here. Okay, so this is how we can create HTML nested lists as the combination of two or more lists together. I will give you some examples to try. Please try them at home. So today we are going to stop over here. In next lecture, we are going to see how to create tables. Thank you.